Hi, Adrian and Donald here to give you a bite-sized briefing on Cortex from Palo Alto Networks. Mr. Hacker is a clever chap and is constantly evolving and improving the ways in which he carries out his nefarious activity. Thankfully, the likes of Palo Alto Networks and other innovators are constantly developing new and improved security technology to counter Mr. Hacker and thus safeguard our digital way of life. However, this will often mean a high burden being placed on network defenders who will struggle to evaluate, deploy and operationalize siloed capabilities from multiple providers. Palo Alto Networks have been bold. They readily admit that they can't deliver every piece of this innovation themselves. However, their Cortex platform is the basis on which innovation from any provider can be rapidly consumed without additional complexity or infrastructure. In a nutshell, data from existing Palo Alto Networks infrastructure is collated in the cloud. Innovators harness this data via an API and process it. They can then deliver the security solution to end-user organizations. Consumption of cybersecurity suddenly got easy. So, now we know what Cortex is, I just wanted to take you through how you can be up and running with a new cybersecurity application in literally a matter of minutes, once you have a software license key or authorization code if we're going to be using the correct vendor terminology. What you need to do is point the browser towards apps.paloaltonetworks.com, which is the URL for Cortex Hub, and you'll effectively see Palo Alto Networks App Store, which is a mix of both vendor-provided and partner-provided applications. There's lots of good stuff in here. So we'll just have a quick whiz down to give you a flavour of what you can have access to. But for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to show you how to set up Traps, which is the advanced endpoint protection solution that Palo Alto Networks offer themselves. So back at the top of the screen here, it'll be no surprise that you simply have to click on the Activate New App icon and go through and enter in your auth code, which has been provided by Palo Alto Networks. Partners will provide their own codes for their own products, of course, and then as soon as that's gone through, we need to enter in some very basic details about the deployment. So we'll go through and configure an appropriate instance name, something original like for a proxy would be good, for an example. No, it wouldn't be good for an example. I need to go an instance name, the wrong area there. So we'll call that something like YouTube _ a demo without the typo. The subdomain itself is fullproxy.traps.paloaltonetworks.com. The region we're put to EU. Cortex Data Lake is the storage included, and that's about it. So we're going to go through, agree, and activate. And the 4 key activation steps we're going to go through and complete relatively simply and straightforward. And then we just need to click on done here and make sure that everything is up and running and looking good. So next few steps we've speeded up for the benefit of YouTube, but we go through and click on the gear icon, click on manage apps, and you should see a couple of green ticks here that will show you that the Cortex Data Lake and also Traps is up and running. So that's the management component of Traps installed and running via the Cortex Hub. My colleague Donald is now going to show you how straightforward it is to get live endpoints appropriately configured. Donald, over to you.
Thanks, Adrian. As you can see, after the initial TMS installation, there aren't any endpoints being protected. Let's start addressing that by creating an installation package for the appropriate operating system we're targeting. So, pretty straightforward. We just need to install it on Adrian's laptop for the purposes of this demo. We'll do this manually, but obviously you can use your normal software distribution method. I'll just accept all the default settings and get this package installed. Great, installation complete. Let's bin the redundant installation package and confirm everything looks okay, both locally and on the TMS console. Excellent. We're now good to go and have our first endpoint fully protected.
Great stuff, thanks Donald. So that's it for this bite-sized video covering off how Cortex Hub from Palo Alto Networks helps address the cybersecurity consumption issue that far too many of us have previously had to suffer from. Please like, subscribe and comment. If you need any more details on Cortex Hub or anything from Palo Alto Networks, please email us at the address below, which is info@fullproxy.com.